Welcome to day one of our revolution. Right on, because we're taking back the streets and we're giving them back to the people today.
Open streets means to me a fantastic opportunity for people to get physical activity and a great opportunity to look at a resource that we already have in the city and use it in a totally different way.
Well, it's an opportunity for people to get out. You know, we live in a bubble, and it's an opportunity to utilize the streets for something other than car and promote community.
It's open for everybody, right? For all modes of transportation, for people to be able to push their kids in a stroller, be able to ride your bike, you know, out in the open road as well.
Open streets for me means that anyone has access to being able to participate. There's no barriers to being able to get in. It's just open and you and your family can enjoy the day.
Open streets to me is really an opportunity for communities and people in the communities to get out and get to know each other.
To me, open streets is about people coming and celebrating themselves, their city, health, wellness, and all of the things that make a city great. In this case, what makes San Jose great.
What we may not know is that even in Santa Clara County, we have a lot of people that are pre-diabetic, so that means they're right on the cusp of being diabetic. 46% of this community, that's nearly 1 out of 2 people. And so how are we going to make sure that those people stay healthy and not get diabetes? Going to something like Vee-Va Ka-Ye.
I think that what Viva Ka-Ye can do is it can help inspire people to see how they can take advantage here of what we might not expect to be, you know, an area where you can get some exercise or get some outdoor fun.
When people see that the streets, their community belongs to them, they want to get engaged with it. They want to get out inside and play. They want to ride their bikes. Because largely when you don't have access to space or you have a lot of barriers to being able to access space, you tend to not be as physically active as you should be. And I think the more opportunities we can give residents in the city to do that, the better.
When we give people the opportunity to be out and be active and do it in a safe space, they'll go out and do it and create, one, a healthier lifestyle for themselves, but also for our community.
Having this opportunity to be outside, to be outdoors in some great weather, you know, spend that quality time with your family for a good number of hours. And I think that, again, that not only, you know, again, the physical benefits of that, but I think the mental health benefits of just being able to feel super safe.
Economic opportunity is driven by people's ability to see what's out there. The city of San Jose is so large, we cover a very large footprint, and so people don't even know what kind of local businesses are on the streets. I've lived here my whole life and I saw new businesses that I've never seen before until Viva Ka-Ye was doing some of their promotional work. And so I think, you know, the more exposure our local business owners get, the better it is for our overall economy.
With Viva Ka-Ye, people were able to slowly roll their way through the city. So in doing so, they could stop wherever they wanted to. They could see local businesses that maybe they'd never stopped and see before. Local businesses could start to sell their things outside on the street.
I remember seeing one restaurant with all these bikes lined up and people just lined up the door.
We saw a lot of businesses come out onto the street, and we saw a lot of new customers that probably hadn't been by that area or might not have, if they'd always driven by it, they might not have been going slow enough to even see that business was there. And so I think that what that allowed us to do was it opened up a lot more of the business community to its residents here in San Jose for people to be able to check out areas that they might not have ever seen before.
Going through some of those business districts is really great. I think if more businesses took that initiative to actually put out a booth out front to advertise their, you know, a spot for lunch or spot to get a drink would probably even improve it even more.
Yeah, there's definitely an economic benefit in that when you expose people to businesses in a different way, you know, I think what results is increased business.
In San Jose, we talk about diversity, but we don't really celebrate it. Vee-Va Ka-Ye celebrates diversity. It brings out people from all walks of life to come together.
There's something magical that happens when you take some time off, you're recreating in a kind of a non-traditional format, such as an open street, and you're meeting new people.
It's the relationship building, the bonding, the family building, all of that was definitely something that, again, was really sparked or jump-started by Vee-Va Ka-Ye.
It gets people of all different backgrounds an opportunity to get out and interact with one another. Again, driving in a car, you don't get to have that sense of community, feeling that you're connected to other people.
I think it's just a great investment by the city. I'm sure it takes a lot of resources, but I think the ability for these type of events to help San Jose create and maintain its identity, to be a city that's full of neighborhoods and full of good neighbors, is I think where we want to stay and where we want to be.
As they always say, when you build it, they will come. Here, when you close the streets, people will come out. Kids, older people, everybody in between. We had people riding their bikes, we had people dancing in the streets. It was just incredible when we gave San Joseans the opportunity to celebrate the best of the city. They came out and they rejoiced and they took advantage of the opportunity.
The kids didn't want to go home. It was time to go home. The event was over, but for them, they wanted to keep going. And so what ended up happening was that after Vee-Va Ka-Ye, we actually went to the park and we spent the rest of the afternoon at the park.
I think open streets is a perfect opportunity for people to use public transportation, right? It's so easy. You can hop on that, you can put your bike on there and just get to the event. Once people figure out how easy it is, then they'll do it.
So we have to get really, really serious about moving people out of their cars and onto bikes and onto their feet. And that's the role that programs like Vee-Va Ka-Ye's play. It's helping to expose people to a different way of getting around, and hopefully they'll realize, wow, this was so fun, I want to do it again, and I want to do it more than once. I want to do it on a weekly basis.
If we can get people to trade in their car and utilize public transportation, utilize their bike, walk around town, hitch a ride with someone, if we can cut back our usage of fossil fuels ourselves here, if we can be more conscious about our environment, and if Vee-Va Ka-Ye can continue to inspire people to do that or help show them new ways, I think then the sky really is the limits.